Dudes and dudettes, how are you guys? This is Chazzy and welcome to the jungle. We've got fun and games, I'll bring it to your knees and I have no idea why I'm singing Guns N' Roses, but anyway, today's topic is about spoilers. I don't know what the relation is between, Guns N' Roses and spoilers, but it all depends on how you think of certain things, the relative terms and the partial endearment, issues and what, I don't know what I'm saying. But anyway, today I'm going to talk about the thing that probably most irks me in the entire world, which is spoilers. Just a heads up, if you feel like I'm a little unenthusiastic, it's because there are a series of factors going on right now behind the scenes. Most notably, I'm hungry. I'm really hungry, guys. My food still hasn't arrived and my stomach really hurts, and oh boy, and the weather is a little strange, I think it's a little overcast and there are kids outside next door screaming. So anyway, but now, this video was inspired by something that happened back in 2019 and quite possibly one of the worst things that ever happened and kind of put me off watching a certain movie. Now, here's the thing. In case you guys don't know, I actually work a lot as an English teacher outside of YouTube, and I've actually been working here in São Paulo for a few years. And in 2019, I was working at a particular school, and the thing about this school is that I had two students who were very into, Marvel and DC, but I think mostly Marvel, all of those superhero kinds of things and stuff, And it was actually around the hype of Avengers Endgame. I actually think it came out in 2019. Didn't? Citation needed there, but I'm gonna correct it and post if it didn't. But anyway, so the highest grossing movie of all time, unless you take into consideration the new buddy cop China movie thriller thing that they made recently. But anyway, Avengers Endgame was for a few years it was the highest grossing film of all time. Now here's the thing. I have always been a little behind on Marvel movies, because when they started to release one every year and a half, every 2 years or so. When they were spaced out, it was a lot better for me to watch them. I actually enjoyed them quite a bit. But the problem is when they started to release, yearly movies. When they started to release 1 per year, 2 per year, 3 per year, then there was Avengers, there was this and that. There were way too many spin-offs. So the point is that it got to a point where I stopped trying. I stopped trying to watch them because there were just way too many damn movies, and that actually got a little frustrating down the line. But the main issue here is spoilers, okay? Now, when you are dealing with something that's so revered, so famous, so watched, so many people, talking about these movies online and breaking them down, analyzing and this, it's actually very hard for you to avoid spoilers, And unfortunately, I found that out the hard way, And it was actually, I'm pretty sure that Endgame had already come out. It was either Endgame or Civil War or Infinity War. I am so sure it was Endgame, oh my god, because the hype was so crazy. But whatever, one of the most recent Avengers movies had come out, and I was actually in the middle of a class talking about it, and I was commenting on how I still hadn't watched it, and then one of my students proceeded to give me the most detailed spoiler of the movie that you had ever heard in your entire life, It's like, it was literally her telling me in detail exactly what happened in the final scene, And she pretty much told me, I haven't seen Endgame yet, but I know who dies. If you didn't know that somebody dies, you just found out, but I'm not gonna tell you who it is, but I was told that these specific characters bite the dust, so obviously it took away the entire essence of the game, of the movie, so I don't even want to watch it anymore. I was kind of telling myself, making a mental note to come back eventually and watch all the movies from the beginning, because I actually do like Marvel. I am a fan of superhero movies, but the thing is that when you spoil something like this, there are so many movies building up to Endgame, so many different films, with their own backstories and characters, and then eventually it all leads up and everything comes to a close, and then without me having watched the good part of all the movies before it, if you go and spoil the ending of the last one, then you're really not gonna make me watch it, are you? So I don't know if this student of mine, I'm pretty sure she did it just to screw with me, but if she ever wanted me to become a fan and watch all of the movies, she pretty much made that impossible, because I am refusing to watch Endgame just out of rage now, I refuse to watch any more Marvel movies because I just don't really care. Now that I know what happens, there's no suspense, And that is essentially the main problem with spoilers. Now, try to take into consideration that if you already consumed something, if you already read a book or played a game or watched a movie or TV show and you really liked it, it's cool, man. It's nice. You had the experience for yourself. And I know that sometimes you really want somebody else to discuss it with you, you know? I'm the kind of person who I like to make my friends watch the same movies and TV shows that I did so I can have someone to talk about it with, you know? Like someone closer. Like I don't have to go to internet forums or YouTube or Twitter or something. I have somebody actually close to me who I can talk about the movie, you know? And it's really nice, but I have never given anyone any spoilers, you know, at least not intentionally. I may have accidentally spoiled a few things here and there, but it happens, you know, like I don't think you can ever be the kind of person who never spoils anything. You're always going to say something, even if it's accidental. But the point is, if you intentionally spoil something for someone, I mean, seriously, you are such an a-hole, you know, you're such a, I don't think I can say this word on YouTube anymore, you know, I'm trying to keep my content PG up in here, you know, until I get monetized, but anyway, the point is, you are such a douchebag, you know, I mean, it doesn't make sense for you to, unless you really, like you truly, genuinely want to ruin the experience for that person, then okay, I guess I can understand it. You really are just a heartless bastard, you know? But if you spoil something else for someone, I mean, I have seen people crying because they got something spoiled for them, you know? Like they were really building it up. Like there are people who don't have the kind of time that you do to watch series, you know? Like if you're a deadbeat who just keeps watching TV shows and movies all day, obviously you have a lot more free time to consume than somebody who works for a living, you know, who has a job or who studies. So you can't assume that these people have the same amount of free time that you do. So if you spoil something for these people, then you deserve to rot in hell, you know? Just getting a little ahead of myself here, but I really think you deserve to rot in hell, okay? Because you are like, it's kind of hard because like I can understand, there is one thing that I'm a little nitpicky with, you know, and it's actually a little controversial. I am against people spoiling things on Twitter, even though I do it myself, you know, but there is a difference. There is a difference. There is nothing wrong with somebody talking about a movie or TV show that they watched on Twitter, you know, like I do this all the time, you know, like you're still jumping on the hype train you want to talk about, you know, and give information, give a little review what you thought about it. That's completely cool. But you have to be careful. Me, stop falling. My stupid phone, it's slipping off my shorts. I have the timer here so I can know how long I've been recording. But like with me, for example, I always give a little spoiler warning, you know, I'm always like, okay guys, so if I'm on Twitter, I'm gonna talk about this TV show or this movie or this game that I played, so I'm gonna get into a few details here, so you know, spoilers ahead. Or I can do something of the sort like I'm gonna try to explain without spoiling, you know. I actually enjoy doing this, you know, but even if I do give spoilers, I do give a little heads up beforehand, you know. And there are people who just don't care. Like if they're watching The Walking Dead and then a character dies, the first thing they tweet is so and so died, you know. That's such a douchebaggery thing to do, man, you know. And I think that people like this are the kind of people who really ruin social media, you know, like they like Twitter is my favorite social network, but sometimes I hate going on it whenever I see that there's something that's, you know, trending, like a movie or a TV show or something of the sort, you know. So I try to avoid getting on it so I won't have any spoilers, you know, so nobody will spoil something for me. But it's really, really hard because I have friends who are douches and they like to spoil things for no reason, you know. So, you know, I think that it's actually very hard for you to live in today's modern society with everything so digital and technological and not come across any spoilers, you know. But oh boy, will I try. Will I try until the day I die. Hey, that rhymed. Now, when it comes to giving spoilers, I mean, I can actually understand if you do it out of rage, like if you're really mad at someone, you know, like unless it's a girlfriend or a boyfriend, I probably wouldn't do that to my girlfriend. I know there's no way in hell I would ever torture my babe like that, but the point is, if you do it out of rage or out of revenge, like if somebody spoils something for you, if somebody spoils something for me, I'll definitely go and spoil something for them. I don't even care. I'm a vengeful person, man. I am Mr. Vengeance, you know, those old Korean movies, you know, that have a lot of revenge-related themes and stuff, you know. I would completely be all over that. But still, man, it sucks. Like, it doesn't feel good, you know. Revenge does feel good. That's a controversial topic, you know. I'll probably talk about it in another video, but I do think revenge feels good, you know. But it depends on the context and how it plays out and how exactly you execute the vengeance, you know. Now, the thing with spoilers is that they, like, it doesn't really make sense, you know, for people to be this way. Like, if you just finished watching a movie, you know, that doesn't give you the right to go around talking about it to everyone. Not everyone has seen it, you know. And there are people who are like, well, it's been such a long time, you know, I can spoil it out. There's really no expiration date. There's no real limit to how long you can go without spoiling a movie. But that's just my opinion, you know. That's just the way I think. Like, the movie came out in 1976. I can spoil it now. No, that's not how it works. That's not how it, like, it doesn't matter if it came out 30 or 20 or 10 years ago. You can't just go around spoiling stuff, you know? I mean, it's like Rocky Balboa. I recently watched the first Rocky movie for the first time, and it came out in the 70s, man, you know? So, I mean, I think it came out in 76 exactly, and like, I didn't know what happened, you know? It's a very old movie. A lot of people have seen it. My dad has probably seen it 1,000 times, but like, I didn't know what happened. I didn't know who won the final fight. I'm not gonna spoil it here, don't worry, you know, but I didn't know. So now that I do know, I'm not gonna spoil it for somebody who still hasn't seen the movie, even though it came out so many decades ago, you know? And I think that spoilers are really ruining the internet, you know? They're just making people rage, you know, me especially, and I really don't like it. I hate it. Like, if you're a friend of mine and you spoil something big for me, like for example Avengers Endgame, there's a really good chance that I'm not gonna want to be your friend anymore, you know? I actually, back in 2015, around the hype for Star Wars, the new Star Wars movie, The Force Awakens, you know, before I had seen the movie, this movie was picked apart so much on the internet and around the forums and in person, because I was working at a factory. A lot of people had already seen it, you know. It was really hard to avoid spoilers, you know, but unfortunately I came across a very major spoiler, you know, on the internet about one of the characters' fates at the end of the movie. Despite The Force Awakens having come out 6 years ago now, I'm still not gonna spoil it. I'm not gonna tell you who dies at the end, but somebody does. I think it's pretty obvious. It's a Star Wars movie, everyone dies, but I'm not gonna tell you who, okay? But somebody else did for me before I watched the movie, and another buddy of mine confirmed it. So yeah. So it sucks, you know, and like, if you, I recently posted a comment on a Watch Mojo video talking about something related to Avengers and Thanos and something like the MCU, Marvel stuff, and I posted a comment talking about how somebody spoiled the ending of Endgame for me, and then there were a bunch of other spoilers, you know. People are rotten, man. People are rotten to the core, you know, seriously. You guys are lucky I can't curse on this channel anymore, because YouTube would definitely flag this video, and I don't want to give myself the workload of having to censor any curse words that I say, so forget it. But man, you guys suck. God, I hate you so much, it's not even funny. But I think that's it, guys. I think that's all I wanted to say, you know. Like, you really have no right to ruin the experience of somebody else, you know, because somebody like me, for example, might not, depending on the movie or TV show, I might not even want to watch it if somebody spoils it for me, you know. It's like Money Heist, you know. So many people have told me what happens in the show that I don't even want to watch it anymore. I'm not even gonna bother to. So I don't really care, you know. But like, if you guys watch my videos here, you know, I have two different playlists on this channel, which is Cinema Chazzy and Tele Chazzy, where I review and discuss the movies that I watch and also the TV shows, and obviously those are riddled with spoilers, you know. But I think it's pretty obvious. It's a review of something on YouTube. There are obviously gonna be spoilers, you know. But if you watch those anyway, you know, with knowing that there are spoilers, and that's just your fault, you know, whatever. I do say in every video at the beginning that there will be spoilers ahead, so man. But that's it, guys. That's all I wanted to talk about. Just get that off my chest, you know. I'm really angry with it, and I just want to try to chill now. I'm really hungry. I gotta eat something. I think I'm gonna eat some crackers or some crap, because I'm really freaking hungry. And that's it. Sorry for the lack of enthusiasm. It's just when I'm hungry like this and my stomach hurts, you know. But the show must go on. I got my spreadsheet. Gotta record the videos for y'all, so it's all good. This is Chazzy, signing out for now, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video. May contain spoilers.